here talking all things vegetables, how to prepare them, how to enjoy them so that they aren't just the standard salad just to get those vegetables in. So I am talking sweet potatoes, Italian squash, and asparagus today. So I bought all of this for $5. $5. So when we talk about eating healthy, it doesn't always have to mean it's expensive. It's all about focusing on what's on sale, what's in season, and just different ways to prepare it. So we got all of this. It'll probably last me 2 or 3 days if it's just me, you know, obviously other members of my family, my daughter, getting her introduced to all these foods in her palate. So first thing, cleaning wise. So you always want to wash your fruits and vegetables when you take them home. So not only have they been at the grocery store where, you know, a lot of people have touched them, they've gone from wherever they were grown, and then also any pesticides or chemicals that have been sprayed on them, you want to get as much of that off as you can. So, you know, we talk organic versus non-organic. That's a whole different conversation, but at the very least, you want to make sure you're washing them really, really thoroughly to get anything that you can off. So I actually have this vegetable brush that a good friend of mine got from Amazon, and so I literally just run it under water and scrub it a little while. If you start to see the skin get a little bit lighter, either that's dirt, which you want to, that's great, or it kind of goes into the actual meat of the vegetable, and that's when you know you've done plenty. So first we're going to talk asparagus. So when you're looking at asparagus, you want to be very selective, and it's more for preference of whether you want super thin spears or the thicker ones. I prefer the thinner ones, but you just have to make sure that you the cooking is going to be a little bit different, because if you get the thin ones and you overcook them, they become super mushy, and if you get the thick ones and you don't cook them enough, that's when they can be super hard. I'm going to give her a little bit more cookie. You want one? Hi. So the big thing, once you've washed them, so I washed them still with the elastic on. You can do it both ways, but I did it with the elastic on because these are very brittle, so I want to make sure that I don't break them or they don't fall apart. So then I pulled them on their side and I cut. You can zoom in there a little bit. I cut because you want to get those really stiff ends off. So not all of them have it, but sometimes the whole batch will. But I generally try and cut it right, and then you want to just move the ones out of the way that are. So this is a little bit of a big bunch. So you want to go there. So see how this knife, I grabbed the wrong one. See how this knife is not serrated? So that oftentimes what causes that. So I'll grab a serrated knife. It just gives you the ability to still hold them together and cut the edges off. So see how they're nice crisp edges, because that crispness will not go away with cooking it. So you want to really make sure to get that off so you can really enjoy the whole spear. And then I just lay it across my pan. I use foil so that I don't have to wash every single pan, or at least to the same degree. Yeah? Are you enjoying the vegetables too? Let's give you a little bit of food. She's got some sweet potatoes in there. Okay, so then I do that to the whole thing. So really watch your fingers. Watch your fingers. Spread that out a little bit. So take a look at how I spread that out. So you want to really make sure that it's laid out really nicely. Ideally only one row. If you don't have enough room, that's okay. Let me just finish this. Okay. Good. You also don't want, see these pieces, I cut a little bit too much. You want to make sure that you're not doing that too much, because you're obviously wasting it, and you want to make sure that you can get the most out of what you're buying. If you have any pieces that are still kind of good and you can maybe just cut the very tip off, you can always use those for salads throughout the week. Yeah, so you just want to try and eliminate as much waste as possible. Okay, it's dinner time over here. Okay, so talking about the Italian squash, I like both. I like to vary it. Same thing with scrubbing it with the vegetable brush. So I just scrub it, and then I cut the ends off. Again, I use that serrated knife. So I'm cutting the ends off. You can absolutely peel it if you want to. I don't see a big taste difference. And then with the peel, you're actually getting a lot of fiber. So I keep it on so that I get a little bit extra benefit. So then I cut it just like cucumber slices. So about I'd say a ½ inch. My husband always gets nervous when I take a look at those. My husband always gets nervous because he says my fingers get very close to the edge, so obviously be very careful of that. One thing you can do is kind of bend that finger that's closest to the edge so that you're less likely to slip that finger forward and obviously cut it. So yeah, he likes to help me cook. So if you're in a pinch, the thinner the better, because they'll cook faster. But if you don't really care, it's totally based on preference. Okay. Yeah. So then I spread them out on the cookie pan. First, I sprayed my pan with some Pam or cooking spray. I usually do olive oil, but I just didn't have any. So I wanted to make sure that I sprayed it, otherwise they'll stick really, really bad. So I do that with all of it, and then you can get them as close as you want. You just ideally don't want them overlapping to make sure that they're cooking. So we're good there. So you can also, these two are going to cook about the same time and temperature. So if you have enough room, you can put them on the same one. With the sweet potatoes, they're definitely going to take longer. So you want to put them in first, and ideally a separate pan or one that you're going to take off so that you're able to, or take out so that you're able to add things to it if you have space. Okay, so literally all I do with the sweet potatoes, actually you can do a couple things and I'll show you. So I will either just take a couple of stabs at them, and that allows the potato to breathe a little bit, and then I put it right on the pan, or you can kind of cut it. Again, if you're in a pinch, the smaller pieces, the heat is able to get inside, so you're not having the outside that's super soft and delicious and the inside that's really, really hard. So this is one that you don't want to use a serrated knife. You want to ideally use one that's just a straight knife so that you can cut right into it. Be very careful because it's so hard that you don't want your hand to be under it and then hit down. So just a clean cut, and then I'll cut it into little pieces. You guys notice I'm not using a cutting board. I normally do. So this method is really good to kind of cook up a ton on the weekend because it takes a little bit longer, and then throw in your salads. So you can get a little bit of carbs in your salad without a ton of work. So I just cut them ahead of time into approximately like kind of inch pieces. Again, the smaller they are, the quicker they'll cook. So if you want really small pieces, that's totally fine. So that is another way to do it. And then I just put it on the pan and use some olive oil just so it won't stick. She's very excited about that one. She loves her sweet potatoes. You want some more? Good. Okay, so with the vegetable portion, not so much the sweet potatoes, I'll take lemon juice. I usually use regular lemon, but I didn't have any, so I make sure to keep lemon juice in the fridge. It was like 50 cents. And I'll just pour it over it. And then just mix it up. And again, I already had the olive oil or non-stick spray under it so that it's not going to stick. And I use a little bit of pepper. And that's it. So really focusing on different ways to cook things. So you saw that like a baked potato versus kind of like, you can also make fries. out of the sweet potato. So, you know, that's 3 different ways: roasted potatoes, baked, and sweet potato fries, different ways to make veggies. So don't limit yourself by just having vegetables one way, steamed or salad. Really, you know, try different things, and I'm sure that you're gonna absolutely enjoy it. So please let me know what you tried and how it was, and I hope you're able to try this and you like it. I'm gonna finish cooking here, but have an awesome night. Bye.